Don't say I broke down again.
We're home.
Feels funny being back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like waking up out of a dream. Except for it's not, is it? I mean, there's Albert Square.
And Phil and Grant.
And my mum.
That's right, here we are, Mr. and Mrs. Butcher. Back in town, ready for all the celebrations, eh? Oh, Diane!
Okay.
All right. You're gonna be the first to congratulate us, then?
Okay. Congratulations. You idiot.
Where the hell has Love's young dream got to?
Right, never mind about them. Get this parked over the car lot. We don't want to advertise the fact we're back before we're good and ready, do we?
No, I suppose so.
And you can put Ricky's camper in the garage and
Yes,
all.
dear, yes, dear.
And then we better sit down and decide what we're going to say to them Mitchell
Just
boys.
hang on a minute, Pat.
And Peggy.
No, you hold on a minute.
Well, we've got to talk about it sooner or later. We can't put off the evil moment any longer.
Yes, well, I tell you, look, darling, we're going to put off the evil moment for at least 5 hours.
What?
Pat, I have just driven the length of the country in convoy with that 4-wheel coffin that Ricky calls a camper. What I need right now, what we all need right now, is a bit of kit. Okay?
Oh, right, Frank. Right, I was just saying.
Well, don't.
Here, Frank.
Yes, yes, in a minute, Arthur. Get them inside, Pat.
I want to work.
Arthur, the Butcher family conference will be held later in the day, all right?
Yeah, the thing is, you see...
At which all inquisitive neighbours will be given the full SP.
It's about your front garden.
My what?
Your front garden. I'm doing a check on all the gardens around the square, you see. Well, it's the judging tomorrow. And it won't reflect well on the display, you see, if there's a lot of mess...
Arthur, please, the judging.
Yeah, the gardening competition. And if I may say so, your garden doesn't come up to the highest standards, you know.
No, doesn't it?
Nah, there's a lot of rubbish in there, that Coke cans. Now, I don't think that's going to impress the
Yes, well,
judges.
believe it or
no?
not, Arthur, I haven't had a great deal of time for gardening the last few days, so you can excuse me.
No, but as long as I've got your word, you
will
see, that you're
excuse me,
sorted out. Yeah, of course. Hey, Frank, listen. Frank, listen to me. Hey, Frank, look, I'm doing this for the good of the square, you know.
Yeah, what's happened?
Well, he just drove off.
You what?
Well, he ignored me. Didn't even have the decency to say he'd clear up his front garden. Oh, blimey. Ricky and Sam.
Yeah, well, I know they're back. I saw them bring him in. Well, are they married or aren't they?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask.
Do what?
Well, in the excitement, I didn't think.
Arthur, don't you think you're getting this competition out of all proportion?
Ricky, don't just sit there. Stick that camper in the garage. Otherwise the neighbours will be round here like bees round honeypot. There's a chance your mum will come visiting and all.
Yeah, I better give me mum a ring.
No, Sam.
I should have done it in Scotland, Pat, straight after the service.
Hang on, love. Look, just now, Frank spoke some sense for the first time in his life. We've had a long journey after a very trying couple of days. We're tired. We're not thinking straight. What we need's a bit of kip.
Yeah, but like you said, they'll be round here the minute they know we're back.
So we'll be able to deal with them much better with a bit of kip under our belts. Ricky, move that camper.
No.
What?
We've got no need to hide away.
Ricky!
We've done enough running. We don't need to do any more. We're man and wife now, so that camper stays out the front, and we'll get off to bed now, because we're knackered. It'll be my bed we go to, because like I said...
You're man and wife.
Exactly.
I need to masterful all of a sudden.
Oh, it's so romantic. I mean, true love triumphing over all odds.
Yeah, but if it really is true, Ethel, what do you think her brothers are going to think?
Well, that's the point. I wonder what Phil and Grant will say.
Don't know, Ethel, they're not back yet.
Didn't do her much good, did it?
When you've done enough gossiping, Shan, can you go and get me a box of plain crisp and out the back, please?
We've run out.
Why didn't you tell me?
I just did.
Right, OK, well, I'll pop over and borrow a box from the cafe, all right?
Right.
I said...
But you're gonna run over and borrow a box from the camp.
You did hear me, then?
You know me, Eddie. I don't miss nothing. Excuse me.
Right, Doc, is that all? Got some nice English salad stuff.
I'll come back
Late. Right.
What? Say, Dot. Yeah. You heard about the Mitchell girl?
And what?
Look, she's gonna get married. She and that Ricky. They've got married, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all you can say? Oh, yes.
Well, what am I supposed to say, for goodness sake? Give 3 cheers, ring out the church bells, call on the heavenly angels, get the choir going.
Well, I was merely trying to tell you something.
Yes, I know.
Well, I mean, I was communicating a matter of local interest, that's all.
Hey, Eddie, have you seen this? I've just got it from Big Ron. I knew the Gazette was going to do a piece on the competition, but I didn't expect colour photographs.
Arthur.
The flowers look good, don't they?
Arthur, I want to talk to you.
Wait till the opposition sees this, I tell you. Yeah, show them what they're up against.
Arthur, I want to talk about Grant Mitchell.
Grant, What's to talk about? You've barred him.
Yeah, but that's not the end of the matter, is it? Not with my barmaid living with him. Ah, I tell you, Arthur, this is turning me into a laughing stock.
Oh, rubbish.
No, it's not rubbish. Do you know what? I've been driven out of my pub just now because of the atmosphere in there.
Listen to me.
And it's wrong, Arthur. You should respect the governor, not treat him like a piece of dirt in his own boozer.
Yeah, of course you should.
And that's only part of it. You shouldn't work in a place like the Queen Vic and in a position of trust and then slip off in your own free time with known villains.
Look, Lydia, I know it's not ideal, but what Sharon does away from the Vic, well, it's her life, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's affecting my life as well, Arthur. That's what I'm trying to tell you, you know, after what happened. And you know what the worst thing is? I like her. I mean, I really do like her. Deep down, she's a very good girl, but she's keeping the wrong company.
Well, it's kids for you, isn't it? What can you do about it?
I can't go on like this, Arthur, that's for sure. That's not good for me. It's not good for her. It's not good for the Vic.
You're not thinking of giving it a push, are you?
Could you blame me if I did?
Well, no, if it was anyone but Sharon working for you, no, I couldn't, but the Vic, I mean, that's not just a job with her, you know?
I know it was a home, Arthur, but that's not my responsibility anymore.
Look, Eddie, I know Sharon. She hasn't had much that's stable in her life, not with parents like Den and Angie. But she's always had the Vic. That's always been there. When anything else has let her down, she could always rely on that. So I say to you, look, think. Think before you do anything drastic.
Are you saying she wouldn't want to lose it no matter what?
I think it'd crack her up, I really do.
Thanks, Arthur.
For what?
I think you may have just given me a way out of all this.
Oh, what's that?
Never mind, never mind. Oh, and you're absolutely right, you know. The Albert Square display looks a treat.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
It's the best of the bunch, Arthur.
Yeah, thank you. That's Wellington Square.
I see the refugees are returned.
Yep, first thing this morning.
So?
So what?
Well, so are they married?
Well, there wasn't any confetti on the carpet, but yes, apparently they are.
Well, come on then. I want to know all the details.
Well, I don't really know anything. They all went to sleep. All I got was a phone call last night saying Ricky and Sam were married, and all I got this morning was, we're knackered, we'll tell you everything later, we're going to go and get some shut-eye.
Oh, I was wondering why you're using the phone box.
What do you mean?
Oh, so as not to disturb them.
Oh, no, Mark. I'm using the phone box because I'm trying to keep something secret from them.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone else as well. And right now, I'm going to go and do some more secret business. I'll see you later.
Couldn't you sleep either?
No.
God, I thought I'd sleep for a month after the last 2 weeks.
Well, I hope you ain't going to sleep all the time.
No. I better give me Mum a quick ring.
Sam.
There's no point in delaying it, is there?
And there's no point in rushing it either.
Looking back, everything that went on in Scotland, it was just like a big adventure. I didn't have to worry about what was going to happen afterwards.
We'll sort things out.
Ricky, I don't know where to begin sorting things out. I mean, for a start, where are we going to live? I mean, we can't stay here camping out in your old bedroom, can we?
I know that.
And what are we going to do for money, eh? I mean, by the time Phil and Grant get their hands on you, you might not even have a job.
Well, I've been thinking about that.
Look, Ricky, we're not going to tap your dad for an handout. That's no way to start married life, you know.
Look, we might be able to sell our story to the papers.
You what?
Well, why not? 2 teenage runaways, family in hot pursuit, finally wed in Annan.
And you really think they'd be interested?
Well, that's what I was going to find out.
Well, here we are. Home sweet home. Yeah, mission unaccomplished. That Ricky's slipping a bar of life, boy, isn't he? Yeah, he's a right little scarlet pimp now, isn't he? Hey, what's this?
It's an application for a marriage license.
It's made out in your name, yours and Sharon's.
Yeah.
It's got to be a wind-up, isn't it?
I know what you're going to say. I live with her already, yeah?
True.
But I can get what I want when I want it, so I make it legal.
True again.
Yeah, well, I know all that.
Oh, Grant.
It's just that, well, it seems so right.
Can you see why I can see?
Ricky.
Now, what we've got here, my old son, is a lovely little runner. She's got 36,000 miles on the clock and one lady owner. Now, you may not believe this, but my old face would not tell you a fib, my old son. The lady in question was a nun. Now, I know racers that are going about that haven't got the pedigree this motor car's got. Blimey, why don't you sit in there, my old son? Check the seats out there. 100% genuine plastic. The top business. Come on, please.
Well?
Well, what, Phil?
Well, how was the weather, Frank? I mean, did you manage to get any golf in? Did you discover what a Scotsman wears under his kilt frame?
What happened with Ricky and Sam?
His van's over there. Where is it?
And where's Sam?
And what's happened?
Well, to be perfectly honest, he wants to explain everything to you himself.
Oh, is that right?
But at the moment he's asleep, so do me a favour, fellas. Just be a bit patient.
Listen, we've just been running around Scotland like two blue-arsed
And
agnesses.
you want us to be patient?
And I'm not being funny, Frank, but I'm banging out of patience. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, right. Well, you, better both come with me, I suppose.
Am I invited too? Well, it's about time someone let me in on the fun, wouldn't you say?
So
Okay.
what did they say?
Thanks a
They're
lot.
coming round today?
Cheers, bye.
What are you two up to?
Ricky's been talking to the papers.
Do what?
Idea earlier on. Thought we could sell our story, make a few quid here and there.
Sell your story?
Yeah. Oh, be able to have this back now. We can afford our own. Thanks.
Fair enough. So, who are you going to sell this story to, then?
Well, the Gazette weren't interested, but they give us a number of a freelance reporter who might be.
Yeah, it's going to come round this afternoon and do an interview. See if it can get one of the nationals interested.
It's going to be great, isn't it? Just imagine me and Ricky in all the papers.
Now tell me again I can't sort things out.
Well, what have you two got to say for yourselves?
I like that one, Arthur.
But Ethel, that's Wellington Square.
Oh, yes, I know, but I mean, I can still like it, can't I?
Yeah, but do you like it more than Albert Square, like Eddie did?
Ethel doesn't mean that, Arthur, and I'm sure Eddie didn't either.
Best of the bunch, he called it.
Yeah, because he thought he was looking at an Albert Square photo.
But the point is, it wasn't.
Well, I think our flower displays is fine.
Oh, so do I.
And you really don't prefer Wellington Square?
No.
Well, it's just that this stands out a bit more, you see.
What?
Well, because of all the bright colours.
Ours ain't colourful, is that what you're saying?
Ethel just means Wellington's is a bit more eye-catching, that's all.
What?
Me.
Here, Dot. Come on, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, very nice. I'll have a cup of tea, please, Claire.
That's what they all say. Very nice, Arthur. Very colourful, Arthur. Very eye-catching, Arthur. And all the time they're talking about Wellington Square.
Arthur, will you just calm down?
Well, I'm going to have to think about this, aren't I?
You all right?
Why shouldn't I be?
Well, you look awful.
Well, it's hard morning at work.
I was speaking to Peter Beale earlier, and he thought you looked awful. He said you nearly bit his head off when he asked you if anything was wrong.
Well, Peter Beale should mind his own business. And you should too, Ethel Skinner.
Oh, Dot.
So, what about your team?
Dad?
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm doing the finishing touches.
Well, you're finishing something like our chances of winning the competition.
Yeah, well, you blame Kathy and Ethel and that Eddie. They reckon Wellington Square's display is much more eye-catching than ours.
No, Dad, it's not more eye-catching than ours.
I think I've worked out what it is.
You what?
You see, the display in Wellington Square, well, their surround matches their design, you see, and ours doesn't.
Dad,
you see, it's cut off out of balance.
Dad, what are you...
But I'm going to make ours more eye-catching. You just watch, Shil.
The question that interests me is what these two intend to do next.
What are you on about?
Oh, it's quite simple, Ricky. I'd like to know where you intend living, what you intend living on, and how you intend supporting Sam while she stays on at school.
Well, we haven't quite worked everything out yet.
Oh, well, let's take it one by one, shall we? First, where will you live?
Well,
What will you live on?
like I said,
And what about Sam's schooling? Or is she planning to jack that in and start behind the perfume counter at Boots?
But, Mum, none of that's important.
So what is important?
Me and Ricky being together.
Well, like Mum says, you're together. Congratulations. Now what, eh?
As I thought. You don't know. So I'm going to tell you. First, Sam's coming home with me.
You what?
I'll let you see Ricky, but I'll not let you live with him.
Not let me live with him, Mum, we're married.
And that's the next thing. Are you? Properly, I mean.
What are you talking about?
Well, we've got the certificate, haven't we?
Has the marriage been consummated? Oh, is that too big a word for you, Ricky? Do I have to spell it out?
Well,
let's hope not anyway, because it'll make it easier to get this marriage annulled.
To do what?
Oi. You finished?
For now.
Good. Because now it's my turn. First and foremost, I should like to welcome Samantha to my family.
You'd like to do what?
She is now a butcher. And as such, her and Ricky are welcome to stay here at the B&B until they get themselves sorted out. And as Ricky is most likely out of a job now, I'll find him some work instead.
Quite right, Frank.
Secondly, there will be no, I repeat, no attempt to annul this marriage. As a matter of fact, we're going to celebrate it.
He's gone up his trolley.
And properly, too. Now that we're back, we'll organise a proper reception with a church blessing, bunches of flowers, and a large roller. And as this expense will be down to me, you can all consider yourself duly invited.
Well, that Scott says turned his brain.
Far from it, Grant. As a matter of fact, I was only thinking when I was up in Scotland, what a shame it was that Samantha's mother couldn't be there to see the ceremony.
Frank.
Well, now she can.
Just a minute. Are you trying to tell me you were there? At the wedding, you were actually there?
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was.
You didn't do anything about it?
Excuse me.
Now, I'm telling you, Ricky and Samantha are now married, and they're going to stay married. And no fancy briefs can undo that either.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it is. And you got me wrong, Mrs. Mitchell, because I can sort things out for me and Sam, and I will sort things out for me and Sam. And...
Come here. Frank, this lot just pushed their way past me.
What's going on? What's going on?
Barney Green, journalist, just come round to do a piece on the newlyweds.
Dad.
But don't let us interrupt anything.
Give me that ear. What's the matter with you?
You can call me Barney if you
I
like.
may call you many things, Winkle, but what I want to know now is the name of the idiot that sent you round here in the first place.
Dad!
I tell you what, I could swing for those neighbours of ours something I already could.
Dad, I asked him round.
You what?
Ricky, he called me earlier on. Asked me to come round and do a piece on him and the blushing bride.
Sort of proves my point, wouldn't you say, Mr. Butcher? Your son is a dipstick. And I don't want my daughter married to a dipstick. And she won't be, not for much longer anyway, whatever you say. I can promise you that.
Yeah, Ricky, there's a memento. It's no good to us anymore.
What is it?
It's the certificate we had our brief right to stop the wedding.
Says you're subnormal.
Yeah, call it a wedding present, eh?
They're round the back.
Thanks.
I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Oh, you know what he's like. He's a perfectionist when it comes to gardening.
Perfectionist? He's panicking out there. Here.
No, God, it's all right, it's on me. Last of the day freebie.
Oh,
Here.
No, it's confidence. That's what he lacks. And too many people giving him advice, it sends him all over the place.
Shell, I honestly think you're better leaving him to do it his way.
If I leave him to do it, well, he's going to make a pig's ear of it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to appreciate anyone taking over. I mean, it's important to him.
Yeah, I know. That's what worries me.
I'd like a word with the landlord, love.
You do surprise me.
Sharon, who is it?
You mean you really couldn't guess?
It's nothing to do with you, mate. Don't worry. So, what's up? Mind a spot of bother?
You're not. I just may be.
What?
Look, the local publican usually knows most of the people on the manor. So do you know Mrs. Dorothy Cotton? Lives at number 25 across the square.
Yeah, I know Dot.
She got any close friends living nearby?
Has she got some bad news coming? Listen, I used to be in your game. I recognise the form.
Yeah, she has. It's my first time at this kind of thing. To tell you the truth, I'm dreading it.
I don't understand why he's got to be so competitive all the time. It's almost like he's got to prove something to everyone in the square. I mean, I don't even think people realise what he's doing out there. And how many people really care? I mean, really care?
I think a lot of people care.
Yeah? Well, they're going to be disappointed tomorrow, won't they?
It's Nick. Nick?
It's Nick what I'm worried about.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, has he been round here again or anything?
No, that's why I'm worried about him.
Yes, but you told him to go away.
Yes, I know.
Good riddance, you said.
Yes, I know.
Now you want him back. What on earth for?
Well, just to see how he is, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, I don't follow this at all.
Sharon, before we get busy, can I have a word?
That be a word about work, Eddie?
In a way, yeah.
All right.
I hear Grant's back.
I thought this was about work.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
No, it ain't. My work and my personal life are completely separate.
Well, the atmosphere in this boozer in the last few days says different.
Well, that ain't all my fault, is it?
No, I agree. It's this crazy situation we're living in. I mean, you're living with Walford's very own version of the Terminator.
Now, hang on a minute.
A bloke who I barred.
You getting your police mates onto him?
What concerns me now is what the hell we're going to do about it. And one thing's crystal clear. You seeing Grant is no good for me.
What?
He's trouble, Sharon, and he'll lead you into trouble.
How dare you?
But I suppose that's your concern, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Just like the pub's my concern. Now, if you want to continue being concerned about the pub, the choice is quite simple, isn't it? Like I said, Grant Mitchell and the Queen Vic are not compatible.
So it's my job or my bloke, is that it?
That's exactly it, Sharon. And I only hope you choose wisely.
Eddie?
That's my last word, Sharon.
Well, it ain't mine. What is it with you?
Simple. I don't like villains.
Look, what Grant did to you was well out of order, but he's tried to make up for that.
What Mitchell is doing is stepping out of line so many times he doesn't even know a line exists anymore.
Oh, so it's a crusade, is it? Eddie the White Knight?
Like I said, I don't like villains, especially villains who are no good for people that I do like, Sharon.
We're getting to it now, aren't we?
I reckon you're jealous.
What?
You tried it on with me and it didn't work. Now me and Grant are together and you don't like it.
Don't be so ridiculous.
It's simple, isn't it?
What is simple? It's the choice that I've just given you. Now, you carry on like this and you will not have a choice. Do you understand me?
I can't believe this.
Give us room, Mark. Come on.
Michelle said you flipped. Well, she didn't tell me you actually turned somersault.
Well, if you talked to Michelle, she would have explained it,
But
wouldn't
Dad!
she? Look, we should never have left this just plain.
Dad!
It's too dull.
Oh, well, obviously you haven't noticed. But there's something else wrong now.
What?
Well, all this fancy stuff you put into the borders means you can hardly see the crown anymore. Besides, the colours all clash.
Well, that's no problem, is it?
No, but it won't be. If you see sense, stop messing about and stick with the original design.
I can put more colour in the crown.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Why not?
Well, because we'd have to dig the whole thing up.
Well, if a job's worth doing, Mark.
I can't believe this.
Mark?
Can you see what he's doing?
Mark!
He's flipped. He definitely has.
Don't worry about that for a minute.
Don't worry about it. That's all our hard work he's digging up.
But I fixed you a surprise.
The bird told me you were back.
Got a couple of minutes.
I might just have all the time in the world.
What?
Doesn't matter. Welcome home. So what's on your mind, cowboy?
Not here. In the flat.
Oh, it's working beautifully.
What is?
I can see some good news in here.
What about Nick?
No, I can't see anything about Nick. But I can see a tall, dark, handsome stranger
Oh, well,
who's
so-
shortly coming into your life.
Bearing glad tidings, I suppose.
That's right.
Yes, well, if you look a bit harder, Ethel, you'll find a cow in there.
Will I?
Yeah, just about to jump over the moon. Who's that?
Well, how do I know? I mean, I might be able to read tea leaves, but I can't see through walls, can I?
I'm not expecting no one.
Well, you're not the Queen, you know. I mean, people don't have to write to you and make an appointment, or do they?
Ethel, go and see who it is.
Why should I? It's not my house.
Well, it might be Nick.
Yeah. What do I do if it is?
Oh, just go and find out.
Oh, all right.
Who was it then? Oh, my heavens.
Mrs. Cotton.
Oh, good heavens.
Mrs. Cotton, if I could have a word.
Trouble, innit?
Well, yes, Mrs. Cotton, I'm
I
afraid
knew
it is.
it.
If I could explain, I'm here about Mr. Cotton.
Has he gone and mugged someone? Or turned over a shop? Or was it an old age pensioner?
What?
Just to feed his disgusting habit.
Mrs. Cotton, I don't think we're quite on the same wavelength here.
You're not trying to tell me he's gone and murdered someone?
What?
Is that the trouble he's in?
Oh, why don't you shut up and let him tell you, Dot?
I don't want to know.
Well, I do. What's he done?
Mr. Cotton hasn't actually done anything.
But you said he had. You said he was in trouble.
No, I didn't quite say that.
I heard you. Did you hear him, Ethel?
Yes, I heard you.
You asked me if it was trouble, and I said it was. I didn't say anyone was actually in trouble.
Can you make head or tail of this, Ethel?
No, I must agree I am a bit besotted all of a sudden.
Mr. Cotton isn't in trouble. He's more out of it.
Out of what?
Trouble.
What?
For good, like.
Oh,
Mrs. Cotton, it's my sad duty to
I've
inform you.
killed him.
What?
As sure as if I stuck the needle in his arm with my own hands.
No, Mrs.
I've
Cotton.
gone and killed my own son. Oh!
For the last time, Diane, will you tell me what you're talking about?
And for the last time, I'm telling you to guess.
I can't guess.
Oh, try. I'll tell you if you're getting warm. Oh, and that's a clue, by the way.
Diane,
Oh, Mark, you've got no imagination. That's your trouble.
look, will you tell me what you're going on about? And then maybe I can get back and sort out the kamikaze kid over there.
Well, we're going on holiday.
You are?
Well, it's a working away holiday, a month's fruit picking in France. Well, I didn't like to tell you till I was certain, and I couldn't arrange it in the house just in case Dad overheard. But, well, a couple of mates of mine from college are going, and I've managed to wangle us a place.
Oh.
Oh, is that all you can say? Just imagine it, a month in the sun, good food, good wine, and just me and you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that sound good to you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sounds great.
This is serious, is it?
That is an application for a marriage license made out in our names. Sharon, I want to marry you. Well, do try to contain yourself.
Grant, we've got so much to sort out.
No, we haven't. You know a lot about me, I know a lot about you. You know what I am, you know what I do. What else is there to sort out?
And what if I don't like what you are and what you do?
Well then, you'll tear that up, won't you?
So what you're saying is take you or leave you as you are?
Yeah.
At least you're honest, I suppose.
Not a bad basis for married life, they tell me.
So tell me why, Grant. Tell me why you want to marry me.
Well, like I said, you know about me, I know about you. We work well together. We're a good combination.
You make it sound like a business merger.
And I never thought you'd hear me say this, Sharon, but getting married, it seems right. Now, I'm not expecting an answer right now.
No.
Like you say, you've got things to think about.
And to tell you the truth, Grant, I've got quite a lot to think about right now.
Of course, there are some who'd say it was a blessing.
Look, Mrs. Skinner.
And there are some who'd say she was well rid of him after all these years of worry.
Can I try and get one thing straight?
Of course, I don't want to speak ill of thee. You know what. But he always was a shifty, no good wastrel, if you know what I mean.
I'm sorry about that. I lost control of myself a bit back there, but I've had to read a Mark, chapter 7, verse 15, and I've straightened myself out now.
Mark?
The Lord, receiving the defiled sinner into the fold.
Yes, well, I'd like to straighten something out too, if I can.
Overdose, was it?
The thing is, I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
Here, you haven't come to the wrong house or anything, have you?
Of course, yeah, Ethel. He said Mr. Cotton, didn't he?
Well, I did, and I didn't.
Oh, don't start that again. My nerves won't stand it. First my son's in trouble, then he ain't in trouble, then it's him you called about, and it ain't him you called
If
about.
I could just explain. Mr. Cotton is deceased.
Oh, thank the Lord. Sorry, Dot.
But the Mr. Cotton we've had the report about isn't your son.
I don't understand.
It's your husband, Charlie.
Next on Drama, we visit Walford and the working class inhabitants of Albert Square as we go back in time with classic Eastenders.